Section 2 in the fire bow form starts with a combination that comes from our earth bow form that we did. So if you felt comfortable with that form, you got it down, hopefully you did, so since you're moving on to this form now, right? Then you should know and you should be comfortable with adding this part here. So we'll start, we just finished our rotation block into our power thrust. That's where we're at the end of section 1. Section 2 starts with the 2 steps forward as I do my 4 strike. Boom, 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 right? So my back foot steps forward first, there's my up, down, and it's a small step, it doesn't have to be big, it's not any kind of stance. Then I step forward again, side, side, spin with that back leg, so look over your back shoulder, spin, thrust down here at the ankle. I'm going, if this was north originally I was facing, then I'm at northeast right here, boom, in a horse stance. And then pick that end up that just did the low thrust there, and prepare, spin, thrust low here to the northwest corner. Okay, that's the first part here. We got 3 more moves we got to do there for that section. So review real quick. From here, stepping forward, 2 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I spin, thrust low here to my left, spin, thrust low over my right shoulder. From here, step that right foot forward. Now, in the earth form, we went from one corner direction facing to the other corner direction. In this form, now we're just going to go straight behind us. So now I'm looking south. I'm going from this corner here, straight behind me here where my belly's pretty much pointing, and that right foot steps forward into a back stance, uppercut strike. From here now, I'm going to where my back is pointed here to over my right side, and I'm going to do that step. This is where we start. If you've done bow combination number 10, this is where that starts. Okay, that whole section of combination right there starts at the end of section 2 right here. So from here, step that right foot over here to your right, boom, reverse strike. Okay, so now if that was north that I was originally facing, south, east, west is where I'm looking now. Then from here, 2 steps, spin, 1, 2, helicopter strike. Now I'm looking east. I'm in a horse stance, belly's looking south, but I'm striking and looking east. Also notice, we talked about this in the number 10 combination, that strike is landing head high. So I'm turning and cradling this bow down between my elbow and my back. It's different than the original helicopter strike where we just finished with the bow pointed down and it was going across the length of my back, where I was pointing my palm down and just aiming rib level. So if you're turning it to do a head strike, your palm is going to point up here as well. That's all of section 2. One more time from this direction and I'll look from a different direction. So we started here at that long lunge thrust at the end of section 1. 2 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves right there. There's your 4 strike. Shift or spin and thrust down low over your left. Spin, thrust over your right. I'm looking at a different corner now. Straight back to the back. Straight south. Step with that right foot. Uppercut in a back stance. Turn to my right and reverse strike. Front stance. Now I'm going back the opposite way where my back is pointed right now. 2 steps. Spin, helicopter strike. Laying in a horse stance. That's all of section 2 from a different standpoint here. So let's say I'm facing this way here. From my thrust at the end of section 1. Starting section 2, step 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 4 strike with 2 steps. Spin over my back shoulder with my back leg. 1 thrust low here. You know, horse stance doesn't have to be really wide because you're trying to go fast from this one to the other. So it's not necessarily a super wide horse stance. Modify it a little bit. Then over your right shoulder at a different corner angle. Low thrust. Straight toward the back now, straight south. Step with that right foot, uppercut strike in a back stance. To your right, over your right shoulder, reverse strike in a front stance. Then where my back is pointed now is where my head's going to go, where I'm going to start doing my 2-step spin, helicopter strike. That's all of section 2 in the fire form.